Good fortune to our friends.
Alright, so since I already did this on my Demon Hunter and can't do it again, I have to do it on a different character. So I'm going to do this on my Warlock, who's my other, my other main, or rather the alt I use the most. Greetings, champion. I have an urgent message for you from Eretor. He asks that you join him and his Aunt Varisa on Oztan Isle off the coast to the west.
Champion, my Aunt Varisa has been experiencing visions from the Radiant Song. They're dire, but hazy. We hope that being near the Core Way can bring more clarity to them. Will you meet us on the Isle of Dorn?
I am looking forward to the changes to Demonology tomorrow. It's going to be interesting trying to figure out what I like the most. I think the Bile Scourge are going away, which I'm not surprised considering that nobody ever used them.
I should have come sooner.
Greetings. Steady travels.
Thank you for coming. The Radiant Song has been singing to me. It's her visions. Visions come and go, but they're vague. Destruction, screaming, death. Since we came here, the visions have become stronger and more painful. I can manage. We have much to discuss, and not much time, I fear. I do want to note that there's a couple things. One, she is yellow, in terms of her name, which means because I think normally she is orange when you are playing a Horde character. Just want to remind y'all that she still has ill feelings towards the Horde, even though it's actually not necessarily the Horde she should be upset at. She blames the Horde for the death of her husband, but in actuality it wasn't the Horde's fault, it was actually Garrosh. But let's just say a lot of her character, outside of being auntie to Eretor, has been, I hate the Horde because of what they did. And it's been this way for her character since Pandaria, basically.
Remember those we lost.
My aunt has been having terrible visions, and they're getting worse.
Do not lose faith.
We came here so Varisa could get closer to the source of her visions. Unfortunately, it has only made them stronger, not clearer. But this is her story. She should be the one to tell it.
Peace, friend. May your heart be true.
So you could skip this if you want. So, tell me about your tale.
Fight well. Even this close to the Core Way, I cannot trigger my visions on command. So, while we wait, we've come here to pay our respects. Mine are long overdue. Ronin gave me this locket on our first anniversary. It seemed an apt offering for the home where we raised our family.
He loved you with all of his heart.
As he did you, Eretor. Come, that cliff to the north looks like a good place.
Sorry, I got distracted because I thought I had some kind of notification on my OBS.
This will do nicely. Baladash, Malanur.
This seems a fitting place to honor my late husband, Ronin. We should get on with the ceremony. Oh. I thought I had already, gotten this, but maybe they added this. I don't know, I thought I had already gotten this. Maybe they added it later. I'm so amused about this. A painting of Citizens of Dalaran, raise your eyes to the skies! The thing we all know him from.
Until next time.
Hey, how about that? There was reason to do this quest again. How about that? Raising your eyes painting. Raise your eyes to the skies. Oh man, that's funny. Thank you for coming with us. I'm long overdue in saying goodbye to my dear Ronin. I want to point out that she's actually being, now maybe they wrote this regardless of what your faction is. Maybe it's also reflective on where she is mentally right now, where she doesn't care about what your faction is right now. She just cares that you are being here for her in this kind of emotional moment, despite her past ill feelings towards Horde characters. So the fact that she's being this polite and cordial to those of us who are Horde says something.
Ronin.
Varisa!
Eritor? Where are you? No! The screams! The horror! Stop! It's too much! I cannot bear to see this! Stop! Stop!
Shalna! Come back to us!
That little foul kill just floating there.
Out of the Twilight's blade! Kill the Windrunners!
Forces of the Void attacking. Why here? Now.
Together we will save Azeroth.
Go with Eritor. Slay their leader. These innocents were simply trying to clean up the ruins, but the cultists are slaughtering them. We must come to their aid. Champion, I am certain that you and I can do this if we work together.
The vision. I can't.
Don't worry. The champion and I will deal with this.
Oh, Eritor. Don't you worry, Mom. The champion and I will deal with this. Uh-huh. I'm pretty sure when I was looking at the beta that I didn't see the Bile Scourge bombers anymore, so...
Twilight's blade. They must be the threat from my aunt's vision.
So, yeah. I wouldn't say this is the next variation of the Twilight's Hammer, but considering we keep getting the Scarlet Crusade coming back over and over, you could pretty much say this is the Twilight's Hammer trying to also come back as well. But let's just say that now, rather than serving Deathwing, they are instead serving Xalatath. I enjoy this version.
These cultists resemble the Twilight's Hammer. Looks like they found a new doomsday to chase.
Huh. No kidding. Anyways, what I was gonna say is that, while I do enjoy...
Given their name, I think it's obvious that these fanatics now serve Xalatath.
Yeah, no, that's what I just said. Eritor, keep up. I do enjoy this current version of Demo, but based on what I've seen in the beta, I am definitely looking forward to the new changes. Even if some things are definitely going to be different, or even outright gone. Like, I'm glad the whole Charhound and Gloomhound thing is staying. It is very interesting, though, seeing... Who dare summon me? That's the other thing, is that the Doomguard...
No matter what their goals are, the Twilight's blade must be stopped.
Is that the Doomguard is going to go back to being a cooldown, rather than a pet, or rather than something that has a chance to summon based on the Doom Dot. Like, the Doom Dot is still a thing. You can still count to that. But you now have to actually put a point into having the Doomguard be a cooldown, a 2-minute cooldown.
Good day to you.
I'm unsure why these cultists are coming after my family, but they won't succeed.
Do not give up the fight.
Did that finish it? Nope. Almost done.
If these Twilight fools cannot defeat you, then I will!
Uh-huh. Sure.
You can try, but I don't like your odds.
Eritor knows about our reputation. He knows what we've done. He's like, I don't like your odds. You're facing one of the champions of Azeroth.
Void will claim this world.
I should also let you know that I just
Not
took
if
down
we stop it.
one of your precious Void Lords, Demencius. So, just saying. Oh, I'm glad to see you're back on your feet, Marisa. The pain is easing a bit, but I still need a moment. It's imperative that we seek my mother's counsel. But before we can do that, we'll have to find her. Last I heard, she was out hunting in the Great Dark Beyond on a world known as Koresh. Yeah, I've been there, pal. Lucky for us, I thought ahead and asked Khadgar for a portal scroll to go directly there. I'll meet you on the other side. I feel like Eritor has not been caught up on a
Despite
lot
her
that has
hesitance
happened.
to discuss it, my mother is Azeroth's foremost expert with the Void. She has yet to return from Koresh, so we will have to seek her out.
Light bless you. For justice.
My visions are still difficult to parse, but it's clear that they are a warning. Xalatath intends to lay siege to Azeroth.
We must tell my mother. No one has more experience fighting Xalatath than she does.
That is precisely why she will not return. Illyria prefers to chase her quarry to the ends of existence.
And if Silvermoon comes under attack?
Then she would have even more reason to stay away. Her link to the Void makes her a danger to the Sunwell.
Then, what about Sylvanas?
Though few agree with me, I believe Sylvanas would do everything in her power to defend our home. But she has been condemned to the Maw until her penance is complete.
I can't just stand idle and wait for Xalatath to strike. I have to at least speak with my mother.
I know, Eritor. I will wait for you in Dornegal. We can journey to Silvermoon after you find Illyria.
Thank you, Aunt Farisa. I'll return as soon as I can.
That may be sooner than you like, but I do hope you succeed.
Let's just say I feel like throughout this questline we see that Eritor still has a bit of growing up to do. He is gonna come across at times a little naive.
This place, this world, the Void seems to permeate everything.
Yeah, welcome to Koresh, Eritor. It's a very beautiful place. The skybox here is just gorgeous. Oh my gosh, I love this place.
Honor to you.
Thank you for coming with me. I know I have much to learn. I'm just trying to live up to the family name, buddy. No, you don't. You don't. You're not even like Eritor Windrunner as part of your... You're just Eritor, okay? No one says you have to live up to the Windrunner name. That's not a rule. Now all you have to do is find my mother on this shattered world.
Carry on the crusade.
Where in Koresh is Illyria Windrunner? Okay, that doesn't quite fit, but, you know. While you were on your way, I took the liberty to ask around. These brokers seem friendly enough, but be warned. Part of the city is still under attack by a group of ethereals known as the Shadow Guard. I managed to get a lead on a few traders who might have crossed paths with my mother recently. We should go before her trail runs cold.
I have a few people to ask. One of them must know where we can find Illyria.
As if we didn't have enough trouble. Now the
Not
main-
now, Venari. Not now. We're a little busy. And you know what? Considering that we are kind of like... Let's see if I can talk to one of my...
Wanderer.
I mean, I guess I could put this on. I mean, this is definitely Void themed. There are other like Void Warlock theme sets, like this one right here. The Legacy of Shakir. With like all those Void orbs there. There's also this one. The Void Heart Raiment. Look into my eyes. Just saying. Ah, there's also this one. I didn't realize that. I guess I had finished this one, didn't even know it. Huh. Then, of course, there's this one from Nyalotha. Oh, sorry. And I think... Do I have a Void-themed dagger? Huh, I can actually... I forgot that I can actually use swords for this. I could use a dagger, or I can... I guess... Oh, because I'm looking at one-handed swords, that's why. Lol. Silly me. The edge of the first blade. It's a very ethereal type of blade. I guess it's a Nightborn type of sword. Oh, there's this. The Void Touch Scimitar. Perfect. Now, does Thal... Yeah, okay. Thalkil's got a purple version of that. Okay, that works. I mean, his original look was purple and void. Or not void, just purple, but... Oh, there's also this one as well. That's like his baseline one, I think.
May your feet find good trails.
There he is. Fantastic. Void Warlock. I mean, I do have a Void Elf Warlock, so...
We have toiled endlessly for this day.
Greetings, Undead. I am Trader Bakril of Cartel Ba.
I'm looking for an elf named Illyria Windrunner. Do you know where she might be?
That's my female undead voice.
Valeria. She is not in the city, and so she is not my concern.
How helpful of you. Come on, let's go.
It's kind of similar to the voice of Lillian Voss. I think it's also fitting because I love this Void version of this mount. Like, don't get me wrong, the Fell version from Legion Remix is great, but this one is so good. I use this one all the time on my Void Elf Warlock. It's so nice.
Wealth can solve any problem.
Greetings, traveler. How may I be of assistance?
I don't suppose you know where Illyria Windrunner and where she is.
I'm afraid I don't know where Valeria is. But her colleague, Umbric, frequents the northern terraces.
Umbric is here. Well, of course he is here. We know
If
that.
anyone will know where to find her, it's Umbric.
We know Umbric is here because we did the questline about the whole Void Demon Hunters thing. That introduced us.
Erator, what brings you to Koresh?
It was the questline that introduced us to this guy, Adaris Duskblaze. Yeah, we met him in that questline, and he was our introduction to the new Devourer spec we're going to be getting tomorrow. Hello, champion. It is good to see you. It's terrible how events have unfolded. At least Dimensius is dead, but Zalatath is more powerful than ever. And Locust Walker. I'm sorry. What befell Koresh is terrible, but there is much to learn here, lest we too suffer the same fate. I long for home. One day the Rendorai will return to quell the loss. Yeah, that day may be sooner than you think. Magister, we think... excuse me.
Magister, we think Silvermoon is in danger. Do you know where we can find Illyria?
Silvermoon? In danger? We must do all we can. We must all do what we can to come to her defense. The Rendorai will answer the call, I'm sure of it. I can tell you where Illyria is, more or less.
Be open to possibilities.
If Arisa's vision is true, Silvermoon must be defended. The Rendorai will answer the call, I'm sure of it. In the meantime, let's get you to Illyria.
Shadows watch over you.
The Parent Trap. I'm happy to help in any way that I can. To find Illyria, you must find far north from here. She's hunting a new Shadow Guard lieutenant in the hope of extracting information from him. Last I heard, she was on the outskirts of a place called the Fracture of Lasuna.
I will gather my people and return to Azeroth. We'll be there to help Arator.
Thank you, Umbric. With both you and my mother, Silvermoon will surely be safeguarded.
Yeah, Umbric, that's the part that actually concerns us. I'm just saying, in the horrific visions of Stormwind, you are literally one of the bosses, along with Illyria. Just saying, pal. You may want to be a little bit more sure about your resilience and such. I'm just saying. But gosh, just... Oh, this skybox is amazing. I love this. I mean, guys, we are literally flying in space. Look at this. We are flying in space. I mean, come on, guys. How can you not think this is awesome? This is so cool. This is one of the reasons why so many people love World of Warcraft.
Mother?
Like this. Illyria? Ah!
Now I've got... Arator! What are you doing here?
Hi, Illyria.
Looking for you.
I'm looking for you, Mommy. I might make fun of Arator a bit here and there, just a little bit. Just because he kind of deserves it, the way he's going to be acting in this quest line. Even somebody we encountered later is gonna mention this. So, what's wrong? Why are you here? So, explain about Varisa's vision.
Know your target. Is this true? Varisa had a vision of Azeroth being attacked?
Yes. The vision wasn't quite clear, but she said some of the buildings resembled Silvermoon. If Quel'Thalas is in danger, it is our family's responsibility to defend it.
Arator, I'm exiled from Silvermoon. My mere presence would place the Sunwell in danger. This is where I need to be. Hunting Xal'atath's lieutenants and tearing her secrets from their minds.
That reminds me, we want to show the lore walking about that, because last time I tried to record this, I also tried to include that other lore walking thing that they added about the elves, and that basically allowed me to re-show a questline that I did off camera by mistake, not knowing it was a one-time thing. But this lore walking thing actually allows me to redo that questline. So, I think we'll do that, because you're probably going, what is she talking about, the whole her presence endangers the Sunwell? Just to recap, and I'll actually show this in the lore walking thing we do after this, but the quest to unlock the Nightborn, so after the events of Legion, for those of you who just recently played Legion Remix, after the events of Legion, where we help the Nightborn like revolt and get rid of the Nightwell and basically helped the Lysra and such take Suramar back as their city from those who were working with Elisand and such. The Horde representatives, mainly the Blood Elves, reached out to the Lysra and the Nightborn because the Nightborn were looking for allies. After the way the Night Elves basically told them to piss off, the Blood Elves reached out to them and said, "Hey, we know what you've been going through, because we went through it ourselves. We would love to." Well, you know, they were being very, very diplomatic. Very diplomatic. Liadrin and, of course, Lorthamar, they were all being very diplomatic to the Lysra and the Nightborn. Basically, as a way to also encourage them, like, look, join the Horde, and you guys will have allies. We will especially be your allies. And so we then get to go on a quest where we basically have you know, we show up at the Silver Moon, and Lorthamar's like, oh, wonderful, you get to be here for when we get to welcome our Nightborn, visitors. You know, because it's a whole diplomatic thing of them welcoming them into Silver Moon, basically to help encourage them to be a part of the Horde. Illyria was also happened to show up there at that time. So, because Illyria, remember, this was after the events of, she had been away for a long time on Argus, and because of her disconnect of what had been going on in Azeroth for the past 20 or so years that she and Turalian were gone, she thought the elves were still a part of the Alliance, not knowing about all the stuff that happened after they left at the end of Warcraft 2. So she goes to Silvermoon as a kind of seeing if she can encourage them to leave the Horde and come rejoin the Alliance. But at this point, Lorthamar's like, no, we've been down that road before. We tried, and it didn't work. Because of, especially after the events of Pandaria, because Lorthamar tried. He was planning on having them leave the Horde, Garrosh's Horde, and go back to the Alliance. And then the Purge of Dalaran happened. And that's when Lorthamar was like, that's it. I'm done with the Alliance. I am done with them. And he was just basically determined to help overthrow Garrosh and stay a part of the Horde, but basically get Garrosh out of there. So the events of Pandaria happened, and Warlords and such. So the Blood Elves in Lorthamar are very happy and content with the Horde now. So when Illyria shows up, basically kind of insinuating that she would like to have them come back to the Alliance, Lorthamar's not too happy about that, especially when she's doing it as they are having the Nightborn visit to try and get them to join the Horde. So they have some not so pleasant words, and Illyria understands, like, okay, I read the room. I'm not welcome here, clearly. But I would like to see the Sunwell one more time, because it's been a very long time since I've seen it. And so the others are not too happy. Ramoth is especially like, I don't think that's a good idea. And Lorthamar's like, nonsense, she's still a friend. And so then we go there, and because this is after the events of Legion, and Illyria has already had that whole thing with the Void becoming a part of her, and her becoming a Void Elf, essentially, without the actual appearance that we saw, it causes a reaction. Basically because the Void inside her reacts to the Sunwell, wanting it. The Void wants to consume and snuff out the Sunwell, as Metzen said at BlizzCon. So we have to basically defend the Sunwell from being consumed, and then basically because of that, Lorthamar banishes Illyria from Silvermoon. He basically, like, you are banished from Silvermoon, like, forever. And this also prompts the Lysra to go, you know what, I think joining the Horde is a great idea, and that allows you to unlock the Nightborn as a allied race that you can then play. But this was unfortunately a questline that I didn't know was a one-time thing, so I missed out on recording it. But this lore walking thing allows me to actually show it. Now we do have a number of other things to do as well, because it's basically giving us an entire recap and history on the lore of the elves, all the elves basically, leading into midnight, because of course that's going to be pretty important.
There is much left to do.
My sister's vision must not come to pass. I wish I could return, but that's simply not possible. There are things that I can do here, however, and you two can help me while we discuss the matter.
Find the path to victory.
The two of you fell into the trap that I set for the Shadow Lord Vasheen. I need to know what his orders are from Saladbar, and what he knows about Zaltath's plans. Now the three of us are going to sneak into this camp and see what we can discover. We're not here to fight, just some reconnaissance. I don't want him to know that I'm after him.
Champion, you take the lead. Arator, stay close. The observers here can see through my shroud.
Just call this Metal Gear Warcraft. Metal Gear.
I'm sneaking into the base. I have completed my inspection and find the state of the camp wanting. This will not do if the Nexus King or our august lady should visit. Trust me when I say I am not so forgiving as my predecessor. I have also noticed a disturbance up on the southern ridge. I should not need to tell you this, but send a patrol immediately.
What's so important here that you can't return to Azeroth? Even Umbric has recalled the Riftwalkers.
All the more reason for me to remain. After Locust Walker, few can hunt the prey I'm after, and fewer still can extract their knowledge. It has to be me.
There are multiple times where Eretor will not fully understand why she can't go back. It's not about what's more important, it's that she's not really... Her going back isn't necessarily a good idea. How long ago was he here? Is he still nearby?
If you won't help, I'll ask Sylvanas.
Absolutely not. You'd risk your soul in the maw only to have her refuse.
Verisa thinks she'd return to defend Silvermoon.
Verisa? Always saw the best in her. Even when it was brutally clear what our sister had become.
So what's amusing about her saying that, there was a short story where Verisa actually tried to reach out to Sylvanas, and I think this was before the events of Legion. I think this was either during a Pandaria or Warlords. But there was a point where Verisa reached out to Sylvanas, trying to see if she could help her kind of reconnect with her and try to help kind of like help her become who she was before. And Verisa didn't take a couple of things that Sylvanas said very well. For one thing, Sylvanas...
There he is.
Let's hide behind those barrels next to him.
Sylvanas implied that one of the things she would want to do is to help make basically everyone, like, undead so that they're all in a better place together, including Verisa's children. And Verisa basically responded to that by leaving and not saying anything in response to her. And Sylvanas did not take that very well. That basically, like, ruined Sylvanas' last chance at kind of, like, reconnecting. And she really took that hard. If you're wondering, why would Sylvanas say that? Well, let's just say Sylvanas was kind of putting forth the idea that everybody dying and being brought back as undead as the betterment of everybody. It's kind of like the Borg. That we know what is better for all of you, that this is what is best for everyone, to be all one united in the Borg. As part of the Borg, we are the Borg. We are all, you know, that's kind of like how she was portraying it. You know, this, like, it's what's best for everybody. Don't you want to all be part of one so that there's all complete harmony between everyone? You know, that kind of thing.
Quiet. Here he comes.
Be on the lookout. Our mistress has informed me Illyria's son has come to Karesh. Kill them on sight. I am off to the ruins above Shandora. Soon we will strike the Void Elves and be done with them.
Follow me.
Alrighty.
Now we know where Vasheen will be. Time to set a new trap. Danger lurks.
Now that we know where he's headed, I need another trap. The cage will do this time for what I have in mind. And I know just the person who can get us one.
May your aim never falter.
Now that we know where Vasheen is, I need a cage to put him in so I can get my answers. And I know just the person who provides us with one. Venari.
You'll find her in the ecodome called the Oasis. It's on the island off to the east. Do what you must, and don't take no for an answer.
Eretor and I will wait for you in Shandora. Be prepared, champion. Venari will want something in exchange for the cage.
Oh, trust me, I am aware. I have had more than my share of dealings with Venari. But of course, she was an immense help to us when we were in the Maw during the events of Shadowlands. We couldn't have been able to basically survive or handle what was going on to us in the Maw without Venari's help.
There you are. Good. There are many tasks that have been waiting on your arrival. Please see to their completion.
And of course, I mean, she's voiced by the same wonderful woman who voices Ana in Overwatch, so I always...
Do my senses deceive me? Is that really you? Put your hopes in the trust.
It is good to see you again. What brings you to our majestic and, might I add, very expensive oasis? Staying out of trouble?
I must protect my investment.
I haven't really done the Ecodome stuff on this character, so...
My fortune for the world that was.
I'm trying to just figure out, like,
what
okay...
is more valuable than home?
Which one am I supposed to do here for this? Oh, a cage, you say? Of course I have one, but it's not free. I'll need something in return. Several somethings. I believe the saying in your world is, you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. To my point, there are wastelanders occupying the nearby ruins. They are illegally hoarding relics of historic importance which belong to all the Koreshi. I want you to repossess them. Take my portation tags to make it all easier. However else would you carry so many? Your backpack isn't that big. I mean, it's got 158 slots, and I just cleared them out with all the stuff I'd been collecting this season, so just saying.
Our work has just begun.
I don't think I need to do that one.
What is more valuable than home?
I have many lucky doos. You like?
The difference in music between inside the Ecodome to out here in Koresh
have intercepted another
is
caravan.
quite interesting and different. Hello? Okay, there's one there. There's another one here. There's the world boss. I still have this trinket. I am tempted to go do some LFR just to get rid of this foot bomb dispenser trinket. But at the same time, the only...
Fight, you pathetic imps!
Thank you, Thalkiel. The only way I can replace it with something better is if I go and do the raid on normal on this character. Which I guess I could do, but... I just realized these are part of the world quest, not the actual quest I'm supposed to be doing for the campaign. Or not the campaign, for this this quest line we're doing here. Sabil. I mean, at this point, it's like, all right, I may as well while I'm here. While I'm here, I may as well, I suppose. I like how it even looks like a football. It's just a little annoying having to also stop casting and run around to wherever the bomb is in order to be able to kick it. Like, anytime I have a trinket that's like, hey, you have to do this in order to, like, get value out of it, I'm like, ugh. That's why I like the passive trinkets.
Those caravans are vital to the Eco Dome operations. The Wastelanders threaten the Trust's great mission with their banditry.
Mainly just because it allows me to just focus on my rotation as opposed to, oh, I also have to do this, you know? It's like then you have to kind of like work that into your rotation, which can just kind of throw things off sometimes.
Our work has just
these will do nicely. I will speak with my associate in the Preservation Society so that we might come to a mutually beneficial conclusion to this matter. Here's your cut.
My fortune for the world that was. I must protect my investment.
Okay, I guess I do have to do this one as well.
The world that was.
My bad, y'all. I wasn't entirely sure, but I guess I have to, so never mind. There are any number of stolen, smaller but still significant artifacts in the ruins at North Sufad. And while you're out there, I see no reason why you should not also retrieve them for me. I won't kid a kidder on this one. I simply want them.
Infiltrated the crags in search of.
I simply want them. We work together enough that you should know that. It doesn't change the fact that they've been stolen. She's like, look, I'm not gonna, like, look, you've known me long enough that of course you know that that's what I want, okay? So let's not kid ourselves here. It's okay, I've got a army to help me out with this, it's fine. Like, this is what, like, okay, we just pull a bunch of guys and then just loot them. Like, go get him, boys! Who dare summon me? Still one of my favorite lines. Okay.
With funding comes salvation.
That's an interesting phrase.
What is more valuable than home?
What would we be if we lack our history and culture?
I shall now recompense for you for your munificent contribution to the enrichment of the Koreshi and myself, of course. Venari, can you please stop using such big words?
I must protect my investment.
I do so love a bit of intrigue. Please hurry back and let me know how everything plays out with this new Shadow Guard lieutenant. Actually, I might just pay you a visit. I'm sure that Illyria will get all the answers that she's after this time.
Your cage, as promised. I will even include a portation tag, free of charge.
Oh, how kind of you.
Do give my regards to Illyria.
Of course. Did I really just have 2 bots try to spam at the same time? 2 separate bots show up, try to spam, and get banned by Suribot? That's I've seen them happen like 1 at a time, but never 2 at a time. That's amusing.
Good. You're back with the cage. Now we capture Vasheen. Stay alert.
Say what you will about her, Venari thinks of everything. Teleporting Vasheen to this cage will make things much easier.
Know your target.
Vasheen is up in the Kayed ruins to the north. The fool thinks he's so clever, but he's about to find out who he is dealing with. Wear him down and then place Venari's tag on him. It will teleport him into the cage here. I'll stay here to make sure that the cage works. Hurry, before he realizes that we're onto him. Vasheen is one of the Nexus King's lieutenants in charge here while Salad Bar is away. Weaken him through battle. Then place Venari's portation tag on Vasheen to teleport him into the cage back at Shandora.
You'll have to weaken Vasheen for the tag to work. Try not to kill him.
So, just a reference to what I was talking about.
I'm perfectly capable of holding back when needed.
She was talking to me, Erator. So there's Umbric. And over here is Adaris Duskblaze. The guy I was telling you about, the guy we faced in the raid. By the way, you have to do this questline in order to unlock Void Elves as a option for Demon Hunters. Since I've already done that on my Demon Hunter, I believe the only step left is then go talk to somebody, I think it's Umbric or somebody else, in Dornegal. And basically you get sent to talk to the Void Elves, which unlocks the Void Elves as an option for Demon Hunters. Hello, Vasheen!
Come to surrender, child?
I was just about to ask you the same. Get the tag on him and let's get out of here.
This isn't over!
I'll see you back down there.
Yeah, sure thing, Erator.
You think your mastery over the void surpasses mine?
Don't assume victory.
You've done well. The Shadow Guard scum will tell me all I need to know.
Stay alert.
This will be dangerous. I intend to use the Void to break his will and extract what I can from his mind. Stand ready to assist. First we'll set up some ritual devices, and then listen for my instructions. One false move could mean our doom.
May your aim never falter.
Alright, it is vitally important that we learn as much as we can about Zaltath's plan. I will find her. I will stop her.
Fine. Champion, place the foci. They should limit Vasheen's power.
Fools! What do you hope to accomplish against me?
He's stronger than I thought! Champion, come lend me your power! Where is Zalatath? Where is her army?
I am the master here. You are nothing, elf.
see it in your mind. The devouring host, lurking in the void. Whatever they call themselves, they can't hide from me.
Enough interference from you, fleshling.
Watch out!
How disappointing. Let's see how your offspring fares.
Eretor! No!
Champion, help me turn his power back against him!
Your son will die quickly, Ilaria. Then I'll deal with you.
We're almost there!
I will kill you!
You cannot defeat me, boy! I will crush you!
Xalatath will take nothing more from me!
You have no idea.
Did you get the information you needed?
I got enough.
I see you put my materials to good use.
Ivanari.
My new partner. Let us see how long you last.
It's a good thing I came to check and see how well my cage held up. It looks to be in better shape than the two of you. Now, what do you need this time?
Procure something of value.
If Xalatath thought she was going to hide her new army, she's sadly mistaken. I'm going to find this devouring host and expose its weakness.
May your aim never falter.
My mother sacrificed much by killing Bashin. I'm sure she could have extracted even more information out of him. Maybe I've been too hard on her. Now to decide what's next. I hope you'll continue on with me.
May the light guide you.
Now that we've helped my mother, it's time to continue on. He seems choked up at the idea of leaving his mommy again so soon. This kid has a very strong amount of separation anxiety. He had to go most of his life without his parents. Like, they left when he was just a baby, and he's been raised by Verisa until he was, like, an adult. You know, and it wasn't until the events of Legion that he finally got to see them again. And they just keep, like... Turalyon is basically running things in Stormwind while Anduin is dealing with his, you know, with what he's going through. And, of course, for Illyria has been doing all this stuff, chasing Xalatath and such. So Eretor just keeps, like... he's just unable to, like, have any time to spend with them. And it's kind of like, I'm sure, driving him insane. Venari helped us before. I know it's dangerous, but maybe... she can get us into the maw to find Sylvanas.
Silvermoon needs the Windrunner sisters. If you won't come back, then I have to seek out Sylvanas.
Eretor, I know I can't stop you. Just don't lose yourself in the maw.
Don't worry. I'll take care of him. I mean, we are the Maw Walker, right? You know, we're the Maw Walkers. If there's anybody that could help protect Eretor in the Maw, it's the Maw Walker. Us. We, of all people.
I have limitless time. You do not.
Yes, it can be done. There's enough spare energy in Tazavesh to power a portal to the Maw for a short time. However, being able to do a thing and it being smart to do are two different things. But I know you'll find a way to get Eretor into the Maw no matter what I say. So I might as well help.
Discover more secrets. Then we can talk.
I swear, Eretor. Sometimes you're as stubborn as your father.
And as rebellious as you.
Oh, so this is payback then? For all the times I disobeyed my own mother.
I wish I could have known her.
She was stern, but loving. She too wanted me to remain in Quel'Thalas, to defend its borders, as was our family's duty.
They go over this in the Sylvanas book,
But I
by the
wanted
way.
to leave the kingdom, so I did. And by the time I came home, Sylvanas took up the mantle of Ranger General after our mother died. And we all know how that turned out. If I had stayed,
You couldn't have known any of those things would happen.
Perhaps not. But they did happen. And they can't be undone. That holds true for my choices, and even more so for Sylvanas. Remember that when you go to see her.
I do recommend getting the Sylvanas book, but specifically the audiobook, just because one of my favorite things about the audiobook of the Sylvanas book is that it's read by the same actress who voices Sylvanas in the game. And I always love that when the audiobooks are read by somebody who is a voice actor for one of the characters in the game. Like one of the books that took place between BFA and Shadowlands was voiced by the same woman who voices Talanji. So I always enjoyed that. Okay, so we now have to head back to Tazavesh. But yeah, this is...
The Wastelanders are murderers and...
A lot of this stuff involving the Windrunners, they actually go over quite a bit of it in the Sylvanas book. Especially, I learned a lot when it came to the Windrunner family in that book. When it came to not just the sisters, but their parents as well. And their brother. If you are going, wait, there's a brother? Well, there was a brother. Let's just say there is a moment in that book that got me very emotional. It involved their brother, and it involved the song we have heard many times, the Lament of the Highborn. You guys know the song.
Opening a gateway to the Maw is possible, though I would not call it advisable. Have you come to trade, or to waste your breath?
What you ask is both difficult and, as you well know, potentially deadly for Eretor. He is no Mawwalker, but you are. Regardless, I will help you to get there if that is your wish.
I will detain you no
That's honestly
longer.
one of the first times in this patch they acknowledge the fact that we were the Mawwalker. And of course, Venari would know that we are the Mawwalker. Her, of all people, would certainly know. Getting into the Maw to visit his Auntie Sylvanas can be done, but at no small risk to Eretor. Under no circumstance should he linger there. However, that is your business. I am in the business of keeping my slates clean, and this is something that I can do for you. The engine of Tazavesh can power a gateway and allow the two of you to break into that dreadful place.
Step over there and activate the gateway. It once allowed for passage between the Shadowlands and the realms of the living. It can do so again. The gateway will allow you to travel back and forth, but I suggest you not linger in the Maw.
Oh, don't worry, we have no intentions of doing that. I spent enough time in the Maw the last couple of days. So, to explain what I mean, I'm sure some of you know about the rare in this place called the Fallen Charger that can drop a mount, right? Where is it? Come on, you're somewhere on this. Not that, not that. There you are. This thing right here. The Fallen Charger. This is the mount it can drop. Here's the problem. Like, you have to kill a rare that looks just like this, and it can basically become your mount. Now, it has I guess, a decent drop chance. It's like, I think it's like 10%. The problem is the spawn rate of this thing. It has a very random spawn rate, and it can be as long as 14 hours. So, since I was basically keeping an eye on the NFL playoffs the last couple days, I was basically having my Warlock sit here in the mall, waiting for this thing to spawn. Here's another problem about this thing. Look at all the different possible locations it can spawn on this map. And when it does, it basically tries to go this direction to try and reach Korthia. And if it reaches Korthia, it despawns. So you basically have to wait for it to spawn, and then you have to figure out where it spawns, and then you have to find it, and you have to tag it, and then kill it, and hope it drops it. And if it doesn't, well, then you gotta wait another, 14 hours for it to spawn. So, yeah. I was sitting here for the last couple days, a long time, waiting for it to spawn. It finally did, and it didn't drop the mount. I was not very happy. So, welcome back to the mall.
This place... Nothing could have prepared me to see this.
Hi, Torghast.
Peace, friend.
The forces of the void slipped through the gateway.
Carry on the crusade.
Yeah, there was a number of void portals there. I don't know if you saw that. This place. It's like the very air here grips my heart and refuses to let go. We should see to our business quickly.
Do not lose faith.
The devouring host must have somehow followed us here. I don't know what they could want with a place like this, but I can't imagine the void is suddenly infused with benevolent purpose. We can't allow this incursion to get out of hand. Slay as many of them as you can manage. Enough to thin their numbers at least.
Do not give up the fight. For justice.
These monstrosities certainly wasted no time once they arrived. They are snatching up souls left and right and drowning them in void magics. Take my holy symbol. It should be potent enough to drive away the shadows that cling to any lingering souls.
Steady.
I don't know how the devouring host got into the maw, or what they want, but I know we can't let them stay here.
There's one of those shade hounds. One of the things reasons why you could mount those is because how many of you guys remember that when this launched, you could not mount in the mall? You were having to run around the mall the whole time. It was not very pleasant. And remember, the mall when early on in Shadowlands was mean. It was a very mean place. So you're having to run around and deal with like elite enemies constantly in this place. So, since we couldn't mount, if you saw a spooked Shadehound, you would usually take the opportunity to hop on top of it, because you were trying to use some ways of like getting to actually run around on some kind of mount while you were here before they allowed us to be able to actually mount in this place. We still can't fly in this place, but I will take being able to mount, because otherwise it was very slow and very difficult, just because everything hit here very, very hard. Not to mention you also had the thing of, if you continue to do stuff, you had the whole Eye of the Jailer thing. And it wasn't until that Sanctum of Domination raid we were finally able to get rid of that Eye of the Jailer, because otherwise you were basically doing a whole, if you continue to do stuff here, you're eventually going to have to leave. Same thing with Torghast. Because the whole thing was like, once you draw the attention of the forces that are watching over this place, you couldn't do anything about it, because they were just like very unpleasant and unfriendly. I'm gonna laugh if somehow this thing
That
spawns
sound.
on here.
Do you hear it too?
You mean the sounds of chains? Yes, I hear it. Wait, where'd he go? Eretor? Oh, now he's over here for some reason.
Light bless you. May the light guide you.
We made a dent, but at the rate they're pushing forward, they'll overrun the whole maw. Yeah, I mean, this does also bring up the question of how are the forces of the maw, you know, kind of dealing with no more jailer. You know, like the Mossworn, like what exactly is going on here since we defeated the jailer?
May your heart be true.
I could see the reactions from the cleansing from here. I had no idea that my methods would be so ill-suited to saving the souls of this place. Yeah. It doesn't really work that way here, Tor.
May the light guide you.
Can you hear it? There's a strange sound echoing in the distance. Given where we are, I would assume it's a trick. Or worse, a trap. But it feels... I don't know how to describe it. But I feel calmer for hearing it. Like I'm in control. This is gonna sound mad, but I think we should follow it. I don't know where it could be coming from, but my instincts are telling me to trust it. We should follow its trail.
Do not...
I can't shake the feeling we should follow that sound.
So, as I said, if you read the Sylvanas book, there's a lot of stuff from that book here throughout this questline. This is one of those things. The whole, like, oh, hey, the music, you know, that Sylvanas used to play when she was younger. When she was, like, growing up in Call of the Lost and such. But, you know, a lot of the elves back then, you know, had a thing for... I don't know if it's going to be under sound or music, but... Yeah, let's just say what we're hearing is sounds caused by Sylvanas as a way to kind of like help us find her. Mysterious baskets.
Someone moved these baskets recently. Let's keep going.
Okay, you know what? Out of our way. Get them, my minions! Okay, you know what? How about you guys just get out of our way, please? Huh, there's a rare over here I've never killed. Can you hear it? What sounds like a bit of light singing, but also a bit of like what sounds like a harp. Yeah. By the way, because we're back in the Shadowlands area, my Night Fae stuff is back online for my Warlock here, because she was part of the Night Fae.
Dead. And this lingering magic. There's no mistaking it. She must be close.
I'm seeing so many more enemies here than the first time I did, but that's because when I was doing this, a bunch of other players were doing it as well. So I didn't have to fight this many enemies to get there. To get to my destination here. But because there's no other players doing this right now, I kind of have to fight all these things. But that's fine. As you can see, my Warlock can handle it just fine. There she is. Just letting you guys hear it. Is he around? I'm not seeing him here. I know he's here, but we just can't see him. I'm referring to the Sentinel Owl that is Tyranda's, who was instructed to stay here and keep an eye on Sylvanas to make sure she continues to do her penance. Orders of Tyranda, of course. Hi, Sylvanas.
Sylvanas!
Lyrith? No. Eretor, what are you doing here?
For clarification, Lyrith was her brother's name.
I should have known that you would be wrapped up in this. What do you want? Are you here to apologize for the mess that you dragged here with you?
Eretor needs to speak with you. I'm not sure why you're blaming this on me, of all people.
When I last saw you, that sword would have been too heavy for you to lift.
It stayed that way for a time. Lorthamar was a harsh taskmaster, but his training regimen paid off. Now I use that strength to protect our world. I've come to ask you to do the same, as the Ranger General you once were.
A man grown, but still a child at heart. This is no place for such sentiment, Eretor. But neither is it a place for the Void. Let's put Lorthamar's vaunted training to the test.
I said that Sylvanas was going to, rather I hinted at it. I didn't say it was Sylvanas who said it. But yeah, that statement really does hit it on the money. That whole thing of what she just said. A man grown, but still a child at heart. It really is like a very appropriate way to describe Eretor these days. It really is.
Honestly, I should have known that this was your doing. Excuse me, why are you blaming this on me?
I know that I didn't cause all this.
You have a remarkable talent for disturbing the peace.
I believe you meant to say I have a remarkable talent for helping fix the peace. Or keep the peace.
I almost have to respect it. I did not, however, expect to see my nephew. Not in a place like this. No matter. So long as you're here, you can help clean up the mess you've made.
Like I said, the actress who voices Sylvanas actually voices the Sylvanas book. So if you don't want to read the book, I at least recommend the audiobook, just so you can listen to her read the book for you.
These are no mere embodiments of the Void. They move with precision and purpose. They have taken up a defensive position within the Tramaculum. No doubt they intend to expand their presence and shore up their defenses, now that they have a foothold. All the better. It means that they will all be gathered in one place. Break their ranks. Show no mercy.
Honor to you.
It doesn't matter how many of these void monstrosities we kill. We have to deal with the source. or they'll just keep coming. Traveling across the rift is not an easy feat in the best of times. If we can find the places where they've been able to tear through and close them, then we should be able to cut off their reinforcements. Lead the way. I'll be at your back the entire time.
Steady travels.
It was foolish of you to come here. But now that you have, you can assist with ending this incursion.
And she's off. Just like Mother.
I mean, I'm not going to disagree with Sylvanas about him. He's like, why does everybody have to keep running off to go do things? Why can't they all just be with me? Why can't we just be together like a family? He is very desperate to be able to just like have like a normal family and such, or just have everyone around because everyone's always running off to go do things. But in these times, this is not exactly the best of situations and such. So I have to grab it and then pull it out. Go. Alright, and now... There we go. Okay. There we go. Alright. One more rift. There we go.
Struggling to keep pace, Arator?
Please. This is merely a brisk workout.
Really? That's amusing. Oh, hold on, guys. I gotta share my watch streak with Eggs, Benna, really quick.
Good day to you.
In a way, this is an important mission. A true paladin can't just fight darkness when it deigns to manifest. They have to seek the source.
Carry on the crusade.
You're as sharp as ever, and here I was worried that years of peace might dull your wits. Come, we are not finished yet.
Greetings.
With their lesser rifts closed, the devouring host will be hard-pressed to muster any reinforcements. But if we don't deal with their leader, then they'll just open more. Above, in the parapets, there's no mistaking it. I can feel a force of void drawing everything toward it, even all the way from down here. That's where we'll find our mark, without a doubt.
For justice.
Up there.
Is this a bad time to mention that I'm not terribly fond of heights?
Whee!
How's this for keeping pace?
Kill it, and their reinforcements will cease. It is done.
Good. Sylvanas, we need to...
Not here. Come.
Peace, friend.
It's time for you to leave, Arator.
I'm not going anywhere until we've had a chance to talk.
Good day to you.
The bulk of the lingering threat is bound in the Tremaculum. With their commander slain and their portals shut, the natural denizens of the Maw should see to the remainder soon enough. Now be gone. I have work to do. Not yet, Sylvanas. If you and Erator desire something of me, then it will have to wait. There are souls here that require my attention, assuming that your bumbling hasn't driven them off. I've managed to track 4 souls that fell into the Maw without proper judgment. Correct your mistakes and help me to retrieve them, and perhaps I'll find time for a chat. As you are no doubt aware, ferrying souls beyond the bounds of the Maw is no easy task. This is not a place from whence souls are meant to ascend. Our resources are limited, but I have devised a way to ensure the relative safety of the souls that I retrieve, though I will require materials. Fetch for me the needs that grow in the silt of the Golgora River. Soul thread from the cloaks of the wandering specters, the hide of a soul eater, and maw rat teeth. You mustn't forget the maw rat teeth.
If you insist on staying here, I'll put you to work.
Greetings.
I expected the Maw to be alien, unknowable. But these structures are...
Familiar. I agree. I have seen past the veil of true death, Erator. There is more to the Shadowlands than it seems.
Why are you doing this, Sylvanas?
Isn't it obvious? This is my penance. But more than that, it is my purpose.
From what I've been told, half of the souls here would rather slay you than be granted peace.
You misunderstand. I do not grant them peace. I merely offer them a way forward. An offer which you have delayed me from making for long enough. Let's get to work, nephew.
So when I did this, when it first came out, because there were so many players doing this quest line, the maw rats were very hard to get because there weren't that many of them, and players were basically killing them so fast, and they didn't have a very good respawn rate. So I was here longer than I wanted to because the maw rats were taking forever to respawn. I'd like to think that since then they did a hotfix where they respawn faster. Alright, so now I actually have the maw rat teeth. I actually have all the maw rat teeth already. That is funny. Just because I'm remembering how long it took me to do this. Waiting for the maw rats to respawn. So now we have to go get the hide. Oh, there are the reeds. That I have to get as well. So this is a stalwart soul.
The war chief leads us to victory. For the Horde!
We get a little bit of a insight as to what happened with this soul.
Rest, brave warrior. The Horde stands. It will never fall.
Then, it's over. Thank the Earth Mother.
So yeah, that
I
was...
never took you for such a loyalist.
I told him what he needed to hear.
So yeah, that was a Tauren. Still feeling the lingering effects of what happened in BFA. Not necessarily in Legion, but definitely in BFA. After all, she was the war chief and had a massive hand in all the stuff that happened in BFA. Of course, you know, then we had to go, well, she was doing a lot of that on behalf of the jailer and blah, 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 blah. You know, just... Gosh. I think back about, like, how... Imagine how much better a lot of this stuff would have been had it not been for the whole, oh, she was doing this because of the whole jailer thing. They actually go into detail on that in the Sylvanas book, in terms of, like, her meeting him after the events of Wrath. But still.
Monster! Traitor! She damned us all!
Sylvanas, look out!
Hold. Let them quell their rage. Come. There is more to do.
I like how she didn't even resist. She just let that thing attack her. Just like, no, just let them do it. Just let them get out of their system. And she didn't even put up a fight or resist or anything. She just basically just took the hits. Just meeting these reeds. There we go. There's the last one. Alright, so now we need to find the next soul. I'm in combat with something. Not sure what. Because that's why it's like, you can't mount right now. So now we're... up there. Okay. Nope, not that way. I guess I'll just go up this path. By the way, one of the ways you know if the Fallen Charger has spawned, it will show some text here in the chat window, like talking about how something has spawned, like some name, and the Fallen Charger begins its run. The problem is that then you don't know where exactly it has spawned. So when this was current, like, people had to coordinate where it was so that they could make sure that everybody got a tag on it.
Has the Banshee Queen come to finish what she started?
This one's interesting.
You had me executed. You twisted Derek's mind. I would rather suffer for eternity than have you grant me peace.
If that is what you wish, come, Arator. We still have more to do.
So yeah, she just leaves him here. Because that's what he said, he would rather suffer for eternity than have her be the one to grant him peace. I know exactly what he's referring to when he brings up Derek. I'm just not entirely sure who that actually is. Other than that, it was just somebody amongst the Horde who was appalled by what she wanted to do with Derek, and he stood up to her, and she executed him for it.
Save the children! Teldrassil burns! Mother Moon, I hear you. Please, save us from this torment.
I hope your goddess awaits you beyond the Maw.
Hearing Sylvanas say that is quite eyebrow-raising, considering what happened.
Another spirit?
A silent one. He follows me and then departs, only to return again later.
I have a feeling that is Nathanos.
Honor to you. Do not lose faith.
It's strange. I don't know how to put it, but seeing Sylvanas like this, in a way, it's how I always imagined her. I know this is meant to be penance, and it's certainly not easy, but she seems at peace like this.
Steady travels.
I see that look in your eyes. Did you think that this would be a simple matter? Not all are willing or ready to be retrieved. It matters not. They persist and they choose. Sometimes, that is enough to ease the pain. The regions are gathered, and the lingering souls have been put at ease for the moment. We do not have long. Stand back, while I send them to where they are meant to dwell.
Alright. Hopefully it works this time.
It is time. Don't look so anxious. I've done this many times since we last met.
Arcella no re. Si do re. Illumen yo mal Allah Allah sin do re.
Sylvanas, that was...
Enough. You wish to talk, so talk. Why have you come here?
So, I'm glad that cutscene actually worked. The problem is the sound wouldn't play the last time I tried this. Glad they fixed it. Yeah. That was a very beautiful cutscene. And it definitely shows, I guess you could say, some of the progression that Sylvanas has been trying to make since the events of Shadowlands. Remember, it's been a number of years. There was a time jump between Shadowlands and Dragonflight of like, I think it was 5 years that passed, something like that. It was 5-ish years or something like that. So it's been a number of years that she's been down here doing this, and it seems like she's gotten into this routine of how she goes about doing this. And I think it seems like she's not doing this like with like this like irritation or reluctance. She seems to be really embracing this and trying to make the most out of this and make the best of it. It is done. And there will be more tomorrow and tomorrow. Until only I remain.
Light bless you.
When I decided to come here, I have to admit that I wasn't sure that what I would find. There's no disputing the terrible things that Sylvanas has done, and it's a burden that she will have to bear for the rest of her days. But seeing her like this... Come. We've been here too long as it is. The weight of this place is starting to get to me. I think he's already just kind of like... He hasn't even like... He's like, alright, no, it's not going to happen. I'm just not even going to bother.
May your heart be true. Carry on the crusade.
Well, we come bearing dire news, Sylvanas.
Sylvanas, Azeroth is in danger. The people of Quel'Thalas need the Windrunners. They need you.
And the people of Teldrassil? How would they feel about my return?
You've done terrible things. I won't deny that. But what good is penance if it leads to more harm? I've seen what you do for the souls who are trapped here. I could vouch for you, help convince...
Your fellow paladins may call you the Redeemer, but I do not seek redemption. I have worn many titles myself. Ranger General, Dark Lady, Banshee Queen, War Chief. I set them all aside when I descended into the Maw. My place, my duty, is here. Not among the living. You say Quel'Thalas needs a Windrunner. So go, Eretor. Be a Windrunner.
Sylvanas. Very well. I think I understand.
I think that's exactly what you need to say. He's been seeking the help of every other Windrunner. And, and he was talking about how he felt like he had to live up to the name. And it's Sylvanas, of all people, who tells him they do have a Windrunner to help them. You. So go. Be a Windrunner. And save Azeroth. Now, we're supposed to return Koresh. However, Sylvanas has one more thing that she wants to talk to us about. Us. Not him. Us specifically. And I should note, the dialogue for this is a little different depending on who you decide to side with in BFA. Remember, there was actually a choice in Battle for Azeroth during the campaign where you could actually choose to help out Varrock revolt against Sylvanas, or stay loyal to Sylvanas. And depending on that choice, the dialogue here would be a little different. Hold a moment. Eretor will be fine for a few moments longer. Let him travel alone for a moment. I wish to speak to you, privately.
Thank you for tempering my nephew's exuberance. He's skilled, but tends to rush into danger. It runs in the family. Eretor is correct about one thing. I am a Windrunner. And I have not forgotten where I came from. But as I told him, now is not the time for me to return to the world of the living. You have noticed, have you not? The Maw, the Shadowlands. All of it. The question that has plagued me since the jailer's demise. I know the truth of death better than most. This, it is too convenient. Too ordered. I have made many foes on the path that brought me here. Most of them once called me an ally. I do not regret the choices I've made. Nor do I bear ill will toward those who met me with their fangs bared. But know this. I cannot stop now. I must not stop now. Or all I have done will have been for naught. Return to Azeroth. Fight the battles ahead of you. One day our paths will cross again.
Like I said, the dialogue here is a little different if you side with her. I believe she refers to you as her champion and such. Now, this character actually didn't do the campaign in Battle for Azeroth, so I imagine it's even a little bit different for that.
Needless to say, you and I have not always seen eye to eye, even if you are a member of the Forsaken. All the same, I owe you thanks. Eretor is a naive fool, but he is family. Now go. See to it that he returns home safely. I will get your nephew home safely. Auntie Sylvanas. And I think that just finished my, my traveler's log for this month, so I can go collect this set. Wonderful.
We found her, Mother. She was not how I expected her to be.
Good day to you.
It's like I can finally breathe again. I can scarcely believe that you're able to traverse that place for extended periods of time. And here I thought Uncle Khadgar was exaggerating in all his grand tales of your adventures. Oh! I mean, look, Khadgar, well, he's quite the teller of stories, but I'd like to think some of them are not quite exaggerated. I mean, dude, I just took down a Void Lord. I also took down a Titan. Speaking of which, you caught that, right? What Sylvanas just said? The maw seems too convenient, too ordered. Nice little indication and tease. I think, not to this next expansion, but the one afterwards. The Last Titan. Because remember, Metzen said the Titans are coming back. And wouldn't it be interesting if we actually find out that the Titans, our Titans, were the ones who actually set up the Shadowlands?
Do not give up the fight.
It's high time we get back to Azeroth. I think we've done all we can do when it comes to mustering the Windrunners for whatever is to come.
May the light guide you. Honor to you. Do not lose faith.
I take it you spoke to her?
And she refused, just as you said she would.
Of course she did. Sylvanas is...
She's a bit like you, to be honest.
Excuse me?
Sorry, I didn't mean... I know that for a long time you feared that you would become like her. Led astray by a dark force that eclipsed you, becoming less and less yourself. But Mother, what I saw in her today, she's a Windrunner, the same as you. Driven by a sense of sacrifice and duty, enduring personal hardship for the sake of those you wish to protect, and refusing to follow anyone's path but your own. I think you're more alike than you realize.
You always see the best in people, Eretor. Farisa truly was the one to raise you. I will have to thank her for that.
I'll pass it along to her for you.
Take care, my precious Eretor. Guard Silvermoon well, as a Windrunner.
Oh, this must be like a,
I have calibrated my prices
a
to be
renown
reasonable.
reward.
My thanks for your patronage.
Okay. Whatever. I do have some crest here, which I guess I can put to use. Even though it's literally all about to go away and disappear. Tomorrow, anyway. So, we have one more interesting cutscene to watch, and if you want to see what is essentially a true lead-in to what's going to happen with Midnight, well, check this out.
We stand together.
Where on earth have you been? Eritor looks like he's seen a ghost. Well, let me tell you about what happened.
Aldi.
Meanwhile, at the Hall of Doom,
Mistress, I have come to offer myself in service. Please.
Oh, you will serve me. I went to a lot of trouble imbuing this bauble with untold power. Now yours shall be added. For 100,000 years, I have planned for this moment. Let the way be opened to my prize.
if that does not get you hyped for Midnight, I don't know what will. Holy crap. Oh my gosh, just all the remaining power, which remember, what was left of Dimensius was put back in that dark heart. And now all of that has now been used to create that. Now, what is her prize? I think that is an answer that will be given to us, hopefully, in Midnight at some point. Not sure when, not sure what it's going to be, but I'm looking forward to it. Like, Blizzard has a history of doing a lot of these kind of cliffhangers, but I think considering that this is once again a teaser involving a character that we have had built up for a long time. Remember, we were first introduced to Xal'atath basically in Legion, and the fact that they have brought her back and have built her up like this, and of course, immense credit, and I love her voice actress. Absolutely love her. She is wonderful. She is so good. You guys know how much I love voice acting. I want to gush so much about how much I love the voice acting of Xal'atath's voice actress. She is so good. I absolutely love her to death. And I look forward to more of her in Midnight. But holy crap. Just, yeah.
Light bless you.
Thank you for accompanying me on this adventure. It got a bit out of hand, but I think it was worth making all the same. I hope that the warnings we dispensed were enough. Now that Xal'atath has her army and the power of the Void Lord, I can only imagine what terror she is planning to enact.
For justice.
So, you've seen them both then. I'm sorry you couldn't sway them.
I may never fully understand why my mother or Sylvanas choose to walk alone, but I can respect their decisions. I can't imagine what each of them has gone through. My own life has been tranquil by comparison.
Yes, it has, Zerator.
As was Illyria's wish, that you enjoyed the halcyon youth that we never could.
A wish you granted 1,000 times over. She wanted to thank you for that.
Yes, well, perhaps one day she'll thank me in person. Now come, Arator. Kel'Thalas awaits.
I mean, Varisa not only had to raise her own children with Ronan, but she also had to raise Arator. Like, she spent as much time raising Arator as anyone. She's honestly more of a mom to Arator than Illyria is. But that is the final chapter of the story of the War Within, and we are now ready for Midnight. However, as I said, before we truly close the book on War Within, there's one more thing that I want to show on camera. Again, I tried to show this before, the audio got messed up, so I'm going to go ahead and show it again. I don't know why this quest all of a sudden popped up where it's like, hey, delves! I'm like, excuse me? And now I can go ahead and collect those, which is like, hey, here's this vengeful Crusader set. Okay. That's nice.
Many deals for a friend of the Grummles. Like you.
Well, whatever.
Many farewells.
You'll find me wherever the
Plenty of treasure around here. And I'm betting we can use it to take the fight to Xal'atath.
Oh, Braun, I'm gonna miss you. I have a feeling I'm not gonna enjoy doing delves with Valeera as nearly as much as I have with you. Cho?
Hello.
Hello? What stories can you tell me, Cho?
Eyes open.
So here's the one I want to show you
learning.
guys. The Elves of Quel'Thalas. This one is very relevant going forward. These were relevant kind of like, well, this one really wasn't. This was just kind of a, hey, you know, let's have the fun quest where we got to play as the Lich King. But these were more so relevant for the the current patch. However, this one, this is more so relevant for what we are going to be going through later on.
Jade Serpent, thousands of years ago, a group of high-born night elves were exiled by their druidic kin for practicing forbidden arcane magic. These high elves sailed to the eastern kingdoms, where they founded the nation of Quel'Thalas. At the heart of their civilization stood the Sunwell, a font of arcane power that sustained their people and fueled their sorcery. Though they warred with the neighboring Amani trolls, the High Elves enjoyed many millennia of relative peace and prosperity. But that came to an end when Arthas and his army of the undead marched upon Quel'Thalas. How does today find you?
Tell me more about the Highborn. The Highborn were the... by the way, I just want to say, I love that Jim Cummings is still like doing stuff and still voice acting. In fact, he sometimes streams live on TikTok, and I've actually seen people ask him like, "Hey, can you do the voice of such a character?" Like he does. Of course, this is Winnie the Pooh. This is Darkwing Duck. He's done so many iconic characters over the years. Pete from Goof Troop, and of course, Lord Walker Cho. And I actually wrote in chat, "Can you do Lord Walker Cho?" And he did the Cho voice. It was wonderful. The Highborn were the upper class of the Night Elf Society. While many Night Elves had an aptitude for arcane magic, the title was reserved for Queen Najara's preferred elite, those who had earned her favor. It was their reckless use of magic that had earned the attention of the Burning Legion and caused the War of the Ancients, and then eventually the Sundering. While many Highborn sank into the sea with Queen Najara, some managed to escape and live among their kin. These were the elves who, as I mentioned, were eventually exiled for insisting on practicing arcane magic, even when it was forbidden.
Farewell.
Tell me more about Quel'Thalas. Quel'Thalas was actually the second settlement founded by the Highborn. The first was in Tirisfal Glades, which they abandoned. Then the Highborn moved north and discovered the forested area they live in today. Their leader, Dathramar Sunstrider, created the Sunwell there, the Highborn version of the Well of Eternity. Sometimes known as the Land of Eternal Spring, the kingdom was magically bathed in eternal springtime. Indeed, every branch, tree, and river in Quel'Thalas holds an elegant beauty, suggesting it was crafted by expert artisans.
Tread lightly.
Tell me more about the Sunwell. The Sunwell is a font of mystical power that has empowered the High Elves for generations. It is said that the well was created by Dathramar Sunstrider using a stolen vial of water from the original Well of Eternity. That even the smallest amount could produce such results, the original well was powerful beyond imagining. Just a little reminder, that's exactly what Illidan did in order to create the current Well of Eternity that's in, that up in Northern Kalimdor. Oh gosh, what's that place called again? Gosh, my bad, y'all. Mount Hyjal. So Illidan did the exact same thing, where he basically got a vial of the original in order to create the new current one that is there right now. Unfortunately, although the Sunwell was a great boon to the High Elves, it also had a price. So many years bathed in the power of the Sunwell gradually caused the elves to become addicted to its energies. Anything that happened to the Sunwell was also reflected in its people. When it disappeared, its people would eventually endure the consequences as well. This is something we also saw with the Nightwell in Suramar affecting the Nightborn.
Every good story needs a hero.
So tell me more about the Blood Elves.
Farewell. The Blood Elves took their name in remembrance of their fallen kin, to ensure that they are never forgotten.
So I believe this is the Blood Elf Heritage Armor questline that we're going to see here, because we get to go through with our good old buddy Lorthamar here.
Baladash, Malinore.
Long has the southern wall separated Quel'Thalas from the once great kingdom of Lordaeron. We did not believe that anyone could breach it, that overconfidence was our undoing. When the Scourge arrived, the gate was not conquered by force. It was willingly opened by a traitor. Though caught unaware, every Farstrider soldier and magister in the area rushed to the defense of our homeland. Very few of them returned home. The gates now stand as a memorial in their name.
We find
She can aid our travels. Every year, a champion of the Sindorai is asked to light lamps in Quel'Thalas. Each lamp holds a memory of events that should be forever preserved.
Give me a moment. I'm going to turn my light on. There we go. Alright. Let's light the first. In honor of those whose blood was shed to secure the survival of our people, though the eternal sun may set on our darkest day, it rises again with coming of the dawn.
This is where the end began. My company was patrolling the forests near Zulaman when we received word of the Scourge invasion. We were wholly unprepared for what we encountered. Quoth, alas, had enjoyed years of idyllic peace, and suddenly, we were facing death itself. I lost my eye in that battle, and would have lost my life were it not for Haldoran. Words cannot describe the devastation our people suffered that day. That any of us survived to tell the tale is a miracle. One that we cannot afford to waste.
And now, to walk their path.
Silvermoon will know prosperity again.
Arthas cut through the land itself to get to the Sunwell. The dead scar is a constant reminder of that desecration. Where it starts is where our first line of defense attempted to hold the Scourge at bay. It is where the first blood was spilled. It was a slaughter. Take the lantern to the base of the dead scar, and use its light to reveal the memories of what happened there.
Aldiel Shalah.
Just as a reminder, the dead scar is... I think it's actually... does it even start, like... So here, we are here in the Ghostlands. I don't think so. Here in the Eastern Plaguelands, it actually doesn't show it starting here. It actually shows it more so up here, in this place called Deathhome. And then you see this trail right here. This is the Dead Scar. It goes from here all the way up through even through the ruins of Silvermoon City itself, all the way up to here on Keldanis. That's how far the Scourge just marched through this place to get to the Sunwell, so that Death Knight Arthas could use it to bring back Kelduzad.
The eternal sun still guides us.
So yeah, that's Deathhome, which is basically like, if you played Warcraft 3, it basically is like one of the ziggurat buildings that you would have had, because it basically looks like one of the, remember, the Undead was a faction you could play in that game. And basically a lot of what's in here are buildings that you could actually make in that campaign when you played missions as the Undead. Like, all those are buildings that I would recognize from Warcraft 3. So then here is the Dead Scar, which, as you can see, still has various remnants of the undead here, just lingering around all over the place. Just bones and such. This land is completely, like... when you look at this compared to the rest of the land, like, the taint of the undead has never left this place. It's why, even all these years later, this land still looks like this. That's how much it devastated this place. And of course we get a glimpse of what it was like back then. All the undead forces trying to take down all the high elf forces. And of course, who is there leading the charge? Leading them? Death Knight Arthas.
We have made many sacrifices.
Greetings. Tread lightly.
I didn't see the objective over here. It says fight back the undead. I'm like, really? It's like, excuse me? It's like, sir, do you not know what you're asking of us? Excuse me, sir, why are you trying to ask the impossible of us? So yeah, and then Arthas is just like, enough! I will be delayed no longer by this pointless rabble. Monster, you'll never reach the Sunwell. The Ranger General will stop you. And he's not even like in a hurry. He doesn't need to be. Death Knight Arthas and the Scourge marching through here is the equivalent of, like, in a horror movie, like, let's say Halloween or Friday the 13th, and you see Jason or Michael just slowly walking after you. They're not running after you. You're running away from them because you're terrified. But you look back, and they're not running. They're not in a hurry. They're just slowly walking after you because they don't need to hurry.
I proudly serve as Regent Lord.
Lobendel, Falanan, Morin Amanor.
The light of the Sunwell be with you.
The Ranger General fell just east of Fairbreeze Village, where she was holding the line to protect the civilians as they retreated to Silvermoon. If it wasn't for her, our people would number even less than we do now. Shine the lantern upon the battlefield and witness how her forces ultimately broke under Arthas's personal assault.
What I do for Quel'Thalas.
It is a grim path to walk, to be certain. Yet this path, these moments, they define what these elves have become. How they have been utterly changed. The Scourge left a trail of defiled land and corpses in their wake. Yet the elves still held hope that Ranger General Sylvanus Windrunner could stop this monster.
You there, Farstrider! Man a ballista! Provide cover for the retreating civilians!
Hey, Sylvanus. So you're probably thinking, oh, you can just cut these down. Notice how we cut down forces and then more just show up to take their place. I've said this for a very long time, for years. This is what makes the Scourge such a terrifying enemy. It's what made the Burning Legion a terrifying enemy as well. No matter how many you cut down, they just replenish and bring more.
I greet you on behalf of Silvermoon.
In the words of one of the more poetic retellings, as her defenders fell, with anguish she cried, Shindu Falana Sindorai. She was a true Ranger General until her last breath. May Silvermoon never forget her bravery in life.
As hard as they fought, there was no stopping the relentless march of Arthas and the Scourge to the Sunwell.
What happened after Sylvanas fell?
Every good story needs a hero. The Blood Elves took them.
So this is actually the entrance to the raid from Burning Crusade, the Sunwell Plateau. But we use this to go into this particular scenario. There's the lantern location. Hold the line against the Scourge is our objective. This is a high-ranking Magister. We must have been betrayed from within. Defenders, hold the line here. We must not let those monsters reach the Sunwell. By the way, you can see there is Arthas right there. With his Remorseless Winter, or of Decay, because of course he's a Death Knight, so of course he has Remorseless Winter. A nice little callback as well to when we encountered the Lich King in that dungeon in Wrath. But of course, once again, the idea here is that they can just keep sending forces over and over and over until they just eventually overwhelm you and overtake you. That's what makes one of the things that makes them so terrifying. And he's just sending forces until he decides, okay, I've run out of patience.
Citizens of Quel'Thalas, I have given you ample opportunities to surrender, but you have stubbornly refused. Know that today, your entire race and your ancient heritage will end.
So yeah, we may be able to take down some of the forces, but then he just walks in and he's like, alright, that's it. I've had enough. Enough fooling around. I like how it says, Arthas defeat. I'm like, uh-huh.
Death itself has come to claim the high home of the elves!
Arthas slaughtered our remaining forces, and used the Sunwell to resurrect Kel'Thuzad as a powerful lich, corrupting its waters beyond salvation. Our people would have soon suffered the same fate, had we remained linked to its magic. With a heavy heart, Prince Kael'thas decided to destroy the Sunwell.
The time has come. May the light of the sun guide us to the very end.
The sound of cannons. The Amani have landed on the shore. We must hurry.
There's Alar.
Cut down enough undead for us to pass, and leave the rest for the trolls. That will buy us the time we need.
You can see the different name. There's Solinar. There's Haldurin. There's Ramoth.
What has he done?
You can see High Priestess Liadrin, back when she was just a priest and not a paladin
The soul of our people.
Astalor.
Now a
Lor'themar,
desecrated font of decay.
and of course,
It worsens with each sunrise.
Kael the Sunstrider.
Liadrin,
Guard the entrance. Let none pass.
We shall hold the line until the very end.
So yeah.
Salama a Shalanore.
That is the Sunwell after it's been corrupted to
Hero,
bring back
with me.
Kel'Thuzad.
Protect the Magisters at all costs. We must reach the Sunwell.
Yeah, about that. He's like, protect the Magisters. Uh-huh. So, about that. You can just see the corpses of the various different Silvermoon defenders that are here. That fell trying to stop and just couldn't. And now, because of the corruption of the Sunwell, they are actually now rising as undead. One of the things I love about these scenarios is how it really helps add more to things from Warcraft 3 that they really couldn't show back in those days because of the way that they were limited in terms of the technology at the time, the way that game was designed. So they take this opportunity to show in more detail some of these iconic moments and such from Warcraft 3, or moments they didn't get the chance to actually show in those missions on camera. Because, of course, it was an RTS and it was a different type of thing back then. Not to mention, of course, the layout of those places on those maps was a little different from how they are in World of Warcraft. But just look at it. Yeah. That is not how the Sunwell is supposed to look. Not with that green undead aura around it.
The ritual appears to be working. Magisters, maintain your focus.
So Astalor and Ramoth go over there to over there, while Haldurin and Lortham are over here. I know it shows us as our undead, but we're actually supposed to be a blood elf here to kind of like pretend as if we would have been part of this back then.
It is done! Roma, teleport us to safety!
And so they had to destroy the old Sunwell.
And so ends the most tragic saga in our people's history. Follow me, champion. It is time to return the lantern to Silvermoon.
So if you were doing this on your Blood Elf, this is of course when you would turn in to get the Heritage Armor. Which I think is really cool looking.
Always remember that our people are not defined by tragedy, but by our ability to overcome it. From the ashes of the past, we carry the flame of hope into the future.
By the way, just a reminder, Haldurin is the guy who took the eye of Zul'jin in Zul'Aman.
The rebuilding continues. It is my honor to present you with the regalia of our greatest heroes. Bilono Silaru, Belore Dorai. Rise, champion of the Sindorai.
Hello. Jade Serpent guide
Despite
you.
all that they have experienced, the Blood Elves continue to stand in the face of adversity. Together, they hold strong against any who would threaten either their people or the Sunwell that forms the cornerstone of their culture.
Eyes open. Without the Sunwell, the Blood Elves had to drain magic from other sources. But doing so ravaged their minds and bodies over time.
Withered.
Kael'thas knew that if they did not find a new source of magic, his people would be doomed. Going to desperate lengths, Kael'thas imprisoned a Naru, a being of pure light, and had his Magister siphon its holy power. When even that did not prove enough, Kael'thas pledged the sacred Sunwell to the demonic Burning Legion in exchange for fell magic. Heroes of the Horde and the Alliance stormed the Sunwell and prevented the demons from summoning their dark masters. And then a miracle took place. The same Naru the Blood Elves had held captive sacrificed itself to cleanse and restore the Sunwell. Now, a font of holy light, the Sunwell once again sustained the Blood Elves, ending their ill-fated quest for a new source of magic. Never again would they delve into dark sorcery or place the Sunwell in peril. But that vow would soon be put to the test.
Which leads us into talking about the Void Elves. But before we start that, I do want to mention this is something that we actually speculated on when it came to the story of the Nightborn in Suramar, when we did the whole questline there, and we had the Arkandor, the tree that cured the Nightborn of their addiction to the Nightwell. We theorized, and we still do to this day, about whether or not it's possible to make an Arkandor that could help cure the Blood Elves of their need for the Sunwell, so that they wouldn't need that sustenance of it, that they could be able to sustain themselves without the need for it. But we haven't really gotten a follow-up on that since then. Ah, the Void Elves. So strange. There is very little difference between a Void Elf and a Blood Elf, other than that they have chosen to wield. Yet to their former kin, they are anathema. No longer considered a Blood Elf at all, and no longer welcome in their former home. Let us explore how and why this came to be.
Jade, the first elf to master the Void, was cast out of Silvermoon, perhaps unfairly. Valeria Windrunner. Greetings.
Before we continue, tell me more about Kael'thas. Kael'thas Sunstrider was the only son of King Anasterian Sunstrider. But he was no mere prince. He was also an incredibly powerful mage, earning a place on the Council of Six, the ruling council of Dalaran. Indeed, much of his time was spent in Dalaran. But when his father was killed in the Third War, Kael'thas found himself alone in his role as leader. With the Sunwell defiled, Kael'thas had no choice but to destroy it. And upon his return, Kael'thas gathered what remained of his people and named them Blood Elves, in honor of their fallen brethren. Unfortunately, Kael'thas eventually fell down a darker path, all in the name of trying to save his people.
Farewell.
So tell me more about the Void Elves.
Eyes open. Always be learning.
And I believe that brings us to the quest I've talked about that I wanted to show you guys. The quest where we get to see the diplomacy of the Blood Elves trying to bring the Nightborn into the fold as part of the Horde. But also note that Illyria is also here. The Regent Lord intends to show first Arcanist Thalysra our Sunwell. I do not know if he will allow Illyria Windrunner to attend the meeting, but we are invited to join them. So pay attention to this. This is important.
First Arcanist Thalysra, and honored guests, welcome to Silvermoon.
It is a pleasure to visit your fine city at last. Thank you for extending the invitation, Regent Lord.
Please, call me Lorthamar. But where are my manners? Allow me to introduce another guest, Lady Illyria Windrunner, a hero of Silvermoon's past.
An unexpected honor, Lady Windrunner. Silgren told me of your courage during the campaign on Argus.
The honor is mine, First Arcanist. I do not mean to intrude upon your visit. Perhaps I should return another time.
Nonsense. Whatever you came to say, you may say in front of our guests.
As you wish. I come bearing an offer from High King Anduin
I had hoped your visit was motivated by a love for Silvermoon. Instead, you come at the behest of the Alliance's Boy King. How disappointing.
Cutting words, Lorthamar. Are they yours, I wonder? Or has the dutiful ranger I knew become the mouthpiece of your war chief?
You doubt my words, yet how can we trust your own? Do you deny that the Lords of the Void whisper to you? Did you not surrender yourself to the shadows on Argus?
It seems the offer I bring has been anticipated and spurned. Very well. But before I leave, I have one request. It has been 1,000 years since I set eyes upon the Sunwell. May I visit it once again?
I advise against it. We cannot trust that she will not—
Whatever she has become, Illyria is a daughter of Quel'Thalas. I will not deny her pilgrimage to our most sacred site. First Arcanist, you and your retinue would be welcome to join us.
I would consider it an honor to see the Sunwell, Lorthamar. And I prefer that my friends call me Thalysra.
Romoth, kindly open the way for us. Please, follow me.
Want to remind y'all that Lorthamar and Thalysra are married as of now. I was so happy when I found out they became a couple. Oh, I was so happy. I even have a video reading a short story of the clearly blooming romance between these two.
The sense of power is palpable. As potent as the Nightwell.
Now pay attention.
Of a different nature.
The Sunwell was corrupted by our enemies, but a Naru's sacrifice purified its waters. Now, the essence of the light sustains us.
The Sunwell has changed, but its beauty remains. It has been so long.
Stay back!
What is happening?
This is why I demanded that Umbric and his radicals be exiled. Anyone who treats with the Void is a danger to the Sunwell.
I did not intend for my presence to—
Enough! We need to cleanse this corruption before the well is lost.
Silgren, Valtois, aid the Regent Lord.
So yeah, this was all caused just because Illyria got close to the Sunwell.
The vessel has been found.
It wants the Sunwell! Something seeks to open a rift into the chamber. If it comes through, we may lose the Sunwell.
I can close the rift, but I will need help.
Tell us what to do, and we will lend our strength.
The door opens. Yes. This should suit our needs.
Now, focus your power with mine.
You only delay the inevitable. I will yet have my prize.
The Sunwell is secure. Your aid was invaluable, Thalyssra. And yours, champion.
Guards! Seize this saboteur.
I will not be taken prisoner in my own homeland.
Enough! You will leave at once, Illyria. Accident or no, your presence poses a danger to Quel'Thalas. Go back to Stormwind. Silvermoon is no longer your home.
As you command, Regent Lord. For now.
I regret you had to witness that exchange, Thalyssra. This is not how I planned your visit to unfold.
On the contrary, this conflict has demonstrated your dedication to your people. I can see that the Horde has allowed you to uphold your traditions, something that is very important to us.
We gain strength from our allies, but we have not lost who we are.
Suramar will always be our home. But some among my people wish to venture out into the world, to claim our place in Azeroth once again. To do that, we need allies.
The Horde offers that to you, First Arcanist. Join us. The gates of Silvermoon stand open to you.
On behalf of the Nightborn, I accept your proposal. From this day forth, Suramar fights for the Horde.
Excellent. Lady Liadrin, please return to Orgrimmar and tell the War Chief the good news.
It will be my pleasure, Regent Lord. I will meet you in Silvermoon, champion.
So, that's what I was referring to earlier and telling you about. This was the quest that I did and didn't know it was a one-time thing, and I was always upset that I never had the opportunity to show you all this quest, because it's so important. And this was, of course, how you also unlocked Nightborn as a playable race in the game. So, yeah. That's one of the reasons why Illyria's like, I can't go back to Quel'Thalas. I'm exiled and they're not allowed back. Now, I will say, I'm not a big fan of Ramoth. There are times I think he's kind of a jerk. But he was right on this, though. Even though he kind of considers Umbric and the Void Elves radicals, you know, he's quite extreme in that regard. But he's not actually wrong when it comes to those things.
How does today find you?
Okay, never mind.
Every good story needs a hero.
Anaria Shala.
It was an accident, but it gave Romath all he needed to oust Umbric and the Void Elves from Silvermoon, and send Ilaria to find Umbric on her own.
Tell me about the Naru. Ah, the Naru. They are difficult to explain. They do not come from this world, and I am afraid that I know little about their origins. But the easiest way to explain the Naru is that they are expressions of the holy light, sentient beings of holy energy. Their closest allies are the Draenei. Long ago, when the Eredar were approached by Sargeras on their homeworld of Argus, the prophet Velen had a vision of that something was awry. Praying for help, his prayers were answered by the Naru, who offered to take Velen and any like-minded Eredar to safety. With the aid of the Naru, these Eredar fled their world, eventually renaming themselves the Draenei, or Exiled Ones. The Naru and the Draenei have been inseparable ever since.
Tread lightly.
What about Illyria? Ah, Illyria Windrunner. one of 3 infamous Windrunner sisters. As the eldest, Illyria was expected to one day hold the title of Ranger General, yet she turned down the duty, suggesting her sister Sylvanas serve in the role instead. Illyria far preferred being assigned to the borders of the kingdom and beyond. In due time, she and her beloved Tauralian joined the Army of the Light in their fight against the Burning Legion. It was during this time that she met Locus Walker, a mysterious figure who taught her how to use the Void. This dismayed Tauralian, who was a paladin wholly devoted to the light. Yet Illyria would not be swayed. Today, she is a formidable master of the Void, determined to protect our world at all costs.
Jade Serpent guide you.
What about Darkhan Drakir? Darkhan Drakir was a traitor to the core. Darkhan was a magister of Quel'Thalas, but his ambition and his ego drove his actions down a dark path. He was consumed with the study of forbidden magic and obsessed with the Sunwell. But Arthas Menethil arrived during the Third War. Darkhan welcomed his blessed lord with open arms. He gave Arthas the key to bypassing Quel'Thalas' defenses, allowing Arthas and the Scourge passage to the Sunwell. Darkhan then attempted to betray Arthas, and was swiftly killed in response. Despite this, Darkhan seems to have slipped past the bindings of death more than once. The last resurrection ended with his beheading, however, so perhaps he is gone for good.
Farewell.
And tell me even more about Illyria.
Eyes open. Always be learning.
The Ghostlands. This was once Eversong Forest, a place of unbridled beauty. Windrunner Spire, my family home, stands not far from here. These woods once brought such joy to me and my sisters. To see them like this fills my heart with sorrow.
This is where Illyria starts to learn
This sanctum
more.
was once a testament to my people's mastery of the arcane. Now, it is but a ruin.
Where she learns more about Umbric and the Void Elves.
Our Void experiments are proceeding well. I am certain we are on the cusp of a breakthrough, despite Ramoth's small-minded protests. The Grand Magister must understand that this power is crucial to the defense of Silvermoon. Never again shall the Sindori fall prey to our enemies. Unfortunately, it seems our research has reached an impasse. I believe there is knowledge at the Andilian estate that will springboard us forward.
The Andilian estate. Yes, I remember it. Come, champion.
I believe this was the quest to unlock the Void Elves as a playable race. Which I know some people are specifically playing Void Elves as a main in the next expansion. And I'll be honest, I'm actually contemplating, well, okay, maybe not my main. Oh, hi, Luzran. It's amusing seeing him be neutral instead of hostile. But anyways, I don't think I'm going to change my main Demon Hunter to a Void Elf. I think she's going to stay as a Blood Elf, so she can be a, can stay a part of the Horde. But partly because our guild is mainly Horde. We do have some Alliance, but we're mainly Horde. But I am certainly considering either making a new Demon Hunter that is a Void Elf, or just race changing. But if I race change one of them, I have to spend money to do that. Whereas if I just make a new one, I don't have to spend anything.
Anaria Shola.
Plus, it also gives me the opportunity
This place looks like it has been ransacked, but perhaps Umbric left behind a clue.
It also gives me the opportunity to use that particular Demon Hunter to learn the new spec from the ground up. You know, the new Devourer spec.
It seems we are not the first of our people seeking to harness the void. I have found notebooks belonging to one whose very name is a curse, Darkhan Drathir. It was Drathir's betrayal that allowed Arthas to corrupt the Sunwell and left our kingdom in ruins. For the first time, I see why Ramath opposes our course of study. Nevertheless, I believe this knowledge can be used for good. The bulk of Drathir's research was conducted at Dawnstar Spire. That is where we must go.
Umbric risks much. He follows in the footsteps of treachery. Let us hope this obsession has not led to his downfall.
Darkhan Drathir's betrayal did more than leave the kingdom in ruins. He was responsible for every murder committed by Arthas and the Scourge. When the sun set that day, there were more corpses than survivors. An incomprehensible, horrifying number. Little wonder that the elves were leery of anything Darkhan had studied, and of anyone that would willingly choose to study it as well.
This place resonates with power. Tread carefully. Umbric is a dedicated scholar, but his tenacity turned him and his followers into exiles.
Are the notes up here, I think? Yes, there they are.
Drathir's quest for power led him to seek the fragments of an ancient world, one teetering on the brink of the void itself. His note said it existed within a rift in the very fabric of reality. He never found this place, but I have succeeded where he failed. The way will soon be open to us. Drathir believed this rift held an ancient object of unspeakable might. Perhaps this will be the key that allows us to gain control over the shadows.
Based on these notes, I believe I can reopen the passage to this world he spoke of. Let me see. Greetings.
Umbric's methods are a bit cavalier, but he seems competent. We must get to him before things become too dangerous.
Keep your gaze fixed on your target.
Umbric and his blood elves were cast out of their home and for their pursuit of understanding. I know the dangers of the void better than most. We should lend them our aid and ensure they don't do anything too foolhardy. This rift will take us to their current location. I hope we are not too late to help them.
We are ready to proceed. Stay on your guard, champion. We do not know what we might find inside.
In case you are wondering, I do have one blood elf, or not blood elf, wow, one void elf.
There, up ahead. That must be Umbric.
When it comes to my character roster, you have probably seen her, and she is also a warlock. You can see Void Warlock right there. Hello, Umbric. We've been working for years to comprehend powers the Void might provide. Now, we are on the cusp of understanding. What is this place?
Magister Umbric, I am Illyria Windrunner.
Illyria Windrunner? How did... My, what an unexpected honor. My people and I heard tales of what transpired on Argus. As you might imagine, We have a keen interest in your interaction with the Dark and Naru.
Another time, perhaps. This champion and I have been searching for you. We knew of your exile from Silvermoon and felt we shared common ground.
Indeed. Like you, we believe the Void can be used to defend life rather than consume it. We have made great progress, Lady Windrunner, but many mysteries remain. Take this cube, for instance. It is an ancient device, perhaps even predating life on Azeroth. It seems to have been locked, and we cannot yet open it.
Careful, Umbric. Answers to such mysteries often come at a price. Look out!
At last, the future I foresaw has come to pass. Thank you for opening the way.
Show yourself! Who are you?
Names are of little consequence. A more interesting question is, what shall you become?
See what happened to Umbric.
My people were reshaped by the Void, stripped of the limitations of flesh. We offer you the same gift.
Resist the whispers, Umbric. This gift you are offered is little more than enslavement.
I feel the power calling to me, changing me.
Come, champion. We must stop this transformation before my people are lost.
Even shattered as it is, this place echoes with the whispers of the great ones who were slain, and the hatred of he who broke this world.
So, I just want to point out
Dark
the way Illyria
forces
looks right there.
surge through these ashen stones. No wonder the ethereals were drawn here.
That's how many of us wanted our Void Elves to look right there. That look she has right there. Look at that. That looks so cool. Blizzard, let us look like that on our Void Elves. We want to look like that. That looks so cool. Embrace the end of all things. Note all these different Void Elves here, mages, warlocks, and such. I'm a little amused that it's literally just mages and warlocks. Like, there's no priests or warriors or anything. Because keep in mind, Void Elves can be like many different classes. And we're just seeing mages and warlocks. It's just amusing to me.
Oblivion calls.
Oblivion calls. The remake is so good, I have to play it again. It calls to me.
Your masters will not enslave me, Ethereal. Nor will they claim my brothers and sisters. That vortex up ahead pulses with power. Let us investigate, champion.
Yes, let us investigate.
This void storm is a conduit. A doorway that must be closed.
Why do you resist? You stand on the threshold of a grand destiny. A pity you remain defiant. The patience of the Masters is vast, but not infinite.
That's an interesting way to put that.
A minor setback. What is in motion cannot be undone. Surely you see this.
There. Derzan is using those forges to draw in power. We must break his hold on Umbric's people.
The patience is vast. but not infinite. I just like the way he worded that.
The void will transform you. Awaken what you are meant to be.
No. These people are not yours. They are not lost.
Illyria. I feel like I have to follow her.
Do you not see what we offer? The majesty of chaos, the glory of infinite hunger.
Why do you say that like those are good things?
Why do you fight your destiny, Windrunner? Join me and rule by my side.
I see through your lies, Durzan. So will the others.
So be it. Your death is regrettable, but necessary. I offer freedom. I offer strength. Cast off your mortal shackles.
Our destiny is our own, Durzan. You will not define our future.
The transformation, incomplete, must be finished.
The only thing that will be finished here...
Illyria, champion. My people are free, but we have been changed. And the voices...
Durzan tried to tear away your mortality. To make you like him, a slave to his hunger. But your fate is still your own, Umbric. I can teach you to quiet the whispers. To make the shadows serve you, instead of you serving them.
My arrogance was nearly our undoing. I dabbled with powers far beyond my control. If you will train us, Illyria, we will follow where you lead.
I sense the powers at your command. They are considerable. You would make valuable allies of the Alliance.
Silvermoon turned its back on us long ago. Today, we are reborn, and it is fitting that we walk a new path. From this day forth, the Alliance has our loyalty.
And in turn, I pledge to aid you on your journey. Our champion and I will inform High King Rin of this news. Then I will return, so that we can begin your training.
Did you forget that I'm an undead?
It will take some time for us to adjust to our new forms. We look forward to your return, Lady Windrunner. And Champion, you have our deepest thanks.
Again, undead, part of the Horde. Just saying. I think you guys may have forgotten about that.
Hello.
I'm joking. I just find that funny. Tell me more about this place, the Tolagris Rift. A strange place that I know little about, but I will share what I do know. The rift's existence was first discovered by Darkon Drathir while he studied the Void. Although he made the discovery, Darkon was never able to open the way to it. But years later, Magister Umbric and his followers would gain access to the realm. What they found there were the remains of an ancient world, long ago broken by a terrible, powerful being. The world's destruction left the shattered fragments teetering on the brink of the Void. This is where Umbric and his followers settled in order to study the Void. Obviously, more than likely, Dimensius.
Every good story needs a hero.
Speaking of the Void, it is difficult to speak of the Void. It is a cosmic force that defies understanding. Yet this is known. The light and the void contradict each other in nature. Yet it seems that they are bound together on a scale that we can scarcely comprehend. The two cannot exist without each other. Beyond that, we understand very little. It is a source of terrible power, yet that power can be wielded and used most effectively, if mastered. Illyria Windrunner, Magister Umbric, and the Rendorai have shown us this. One must wonder, however, power seldom comes without a price. What price do the Void Elves pay? Only they know the answer.
Tread lightly. Every good story needs a
And
hero.
so ends the tale of how the Void Elves joined the Alliance. Their control over the Void swung the odds in our favor in several battles. Some fear their use of the Void, but I believe that Umbric and Illyria have a unique perspective on things. They are both aware of forces attempting to control and manipulate us. It's an important lesson for us all to remember. Are the decisions we make our own? Are they being twisted by an unseen hand?
And so the elves of Quel'Thalas stand divided. The Blood Elves, knowing the risk of pursuing power, safeguard the Sunwell at all costs. Meanwhile, the Void Elves, who refuse to let fear hinder their quest for knowledge, have been exiled from their home. Ironic that they should suffer the same fate as their high elven predecessors, cast out for practicing forbidden magic. Can either side be blamed? Is it reckless to study that which might harm us, or misguided to turn against those who do? I suppose time will tell. One thing is certain, however. Despite its long history, the saga of Quel'Thalas is far from over.
And will be continued in midnight.
Greetings. Jade Serpent guide you.
What little we know of the Void tells us that trying to master it is an exercise in futility. Yet there are those with the strength to try, and perhaps we look upon them too harshly for making the effort.
Thank you for listening to my tale, friend.